My name's Quinn. I owned an Indian Scout which I customised, and I currently own or custodian Roadmaster Dark Horse. I say custodian because the situation I'm in with issues I've had with Polaris, Britain Limited, Polaris Inc. and Thor Motorcycles, the main dealer to me. So I thought I'd do this video to give a bit of backstory to my ownership of Indian and misconceptions of what's been happening since I first bought my Scout in 2019. So how I got into Indian motorcycles. I decided to get back into motorcycles after a long time not owning one. So I looked around for a cruiser because that's the type of motorcycle I prefer. I always envisaged owning a Harley Davidson. Got loads of t-shirts, been to a lot of the dealers. I just felt the design of the Harley Davidsons hadn't really improved over the years. So I managed to find a local Indian dealer and went to view a Scout. So I went to the local dealer in Bodmin called Thor Motorcycles. First impressions, lovely setup. Went in there, seemed quite friendly, and got shown the different Scouts that are available. Obviously there's slight differences in the different models, and I spotted what was originally green and cream Scout. It was a 2018 model. I wasn't really bothered about the colour because I always knew I would get it custom painted to my own design, which I did. Probably spent more time choosing the exhaust by starting up different bikes with the different choices of exhausts available. So my initial contact with the dealer was very good. We seemed to hit it off, and subsequently the following couple of years, I would say maybe a year and a half, we got on really well. I tried to help out with different events wherever I could. I also held start of season barbecue at my place of work, which I paid for. I think the most successful one was 46 bikes came down, Indians, and some came as far as Manchester, as well as Western-super-Mare. So I got quite engaged with Indian motorcycles, especially the IMRG, and I made a lot of contact with other riders all around the UK and abroad. I used to attend different IMRG events, different ride outs, and managed to travel a lot of the UK doing that. I found there was a lot of respect shown between the riders, and it was quite unique. Whenever we went out on the bikes and they got parked up, it always drew a crowd, so I quite like that aspect of it. So shortly after I bought my Scout, there was a national rally in Newquay which I assisted with, built a stage free of charge, etc., and it was a great weekend. So in 2022 I decided to buy a Roadmaster Dark Horse. It was better suited for myself and my wife to go travelling, and that is what we plan to do, go to Europe, etc. So basically this was living the dream a little bit, put a plan together of what we wanted to do in our retirement age, or building up to retirement. But that came crashing down a little bit because I started having problems with the Dark Horse, some minor, some major. And unfortunately the dealer, Thor Motorcycles, didn't help very much. They seemed to take exception that I was trying to get to the bottom of why I was having issues with the motorcycle. I mean, it got to stalemate really. I have got other videos that I have gone into more detail with, but they were early on in but unfortunately August 23 I ended up with seizures due to the stress of what I've had to go through with the issues I've had with the Dark Horse. Polaris Britain Limited have been no use at all to me. I find them as a company not very proactive to the rider. Obviously they're loyal to their dealerships as number one, but then if that dealership is letting down the customer very spectacularly, they should have the balls to be able to step forward and help the customer, instead of, when the customer makes contact with them, crucifying them, hanging them out to dry, which has basically happened to me. But I will go into more detail in that in a future video. So in August 23, due to the stress of all the issues I had with my Roadmaster and the failure of Polaris and the dealer to actually act on it, I had seizures August 23. I then tried to get the finance company to help me, Close Brothers Limited, who have been completely useless throughout, but again, that's going through legal channels at the minute, so I'm a little bit restricted what I can say. So, my love of Indian motorcycles. I love the brand. I love the design. Polaris, not so much. So if anyone else out there has had similar issues with Polaris and find them not very proactive, I'd love to hear. I do seem to get the impression that the IMRG is not running as it should do through the lack of involvement from Polaris. They seem to let the dealerships do their own thing with little guidance. This is worldwide. So during my recovery, I started a Facebook group called Indian Motorcycle Riders Global, which has been very successful. I've managed to make contact with people all around the world, and they are having similar issues with their IMRGs. So yeah, in the next video I'll go a little bit more detail with the issues I've had with my Dark Horse and why I feel Polaris have let me down so badly. I already know the dealer, Thor Motorcycles, let me down spectacularly. Yeah, I know there's a few people that got their own opinion on what has been happening over the last 3 years, but they don't actually have all the facts. But yeah, that is one of the reasons I started doing these videos originally, to help my recovery, to put the facts down of actually what's happened, and hopefully to help people who have similar issues, and maybe encourage these companies to actually treat their customers with some sort of respect. But yeah, there you go. So yeah, I'm on the committee for Indian Bike Week. Fantastic event, and that's happening in August. So again, I will be doing some more videos on that side, and I will also be producing some videos in regard to Indian riders groups worldwide, and talking to various people around the world as to what they're doing, their epic rides, what they've got on their doorstep, and how others can then travel to those locations and join in. But yeah, please help me by subscribing to the channel. I need it to grow so I can then grow the content, and the bike at the moment is having its MOT, so I should be back on the road soon, and then I should be able to go back to put in some more riding content up. Please help me, like, subscribe and leave a comment.